Welcome to what I hope will be a quick video on how to use Screencastify, starting from the very beginning, like you have no idea what it is. We're going to take you through how to download it, how to use it, and how to get those videos from your Google Drive to your classroom. So, pretending you don't know what Screencastify is, it allows you to record your screen so that you can make great video lessons, like your mini lessons, like going over slides or going through problems. You can even write problems out like a math class. So pretty powerful little tool for this time of online learning. So starting from scratch, you want to open up Google Chrome and just search Google. So in your search bar at the top here, just type in Screencastify, hit enter, and you can click on the first link, which is screencastify.com. And if you click in the top right, it says add to Chrome. So it's going to take you to the Chrome extension web store, because technically Screencastify is what's called an extension, something that you can add to Chrome to allow you to do something. Lots of different cool extensions out there. So if you hit add to Chrome right here, and yes, you're going to want it to be able to do all these things because without it, it is useless. So hit add extension, and it's going to begin to download it for you. It's going to pop up in the bottom left here, but don't touch it. Just be patient for just a few seconds, and it should pop up right about here when it's complete. All right, so if you're on a district laptop, you'll get this about turning on sync. I would not turn on sync right now, because it's going to add a bunch of stuff right here for you. So just hit the X right here. Now, when you first go, if you scroll your mouse over here, see this is Screencastify. By the way, this is Zoom right here, which is what I'm using to make the recording right now. So if you click on Screencastify, it's going to have you log in. And it might take you to a page like this to log in, or it might just drop down right here for you. Either way, you're going to sign in with Google. I would leave this feature on. It's automatically save videos to Google Drive. It's really useful for you. So you're going to sign in, and you already basically have an account because your school district account is obviously a Google account. If it asks about permissions, yes, you need to allow it to have those permissions. So hit next, and then it's going to ask about additional permissions. Hit allow. All right, now you're done. So you could just click here and start, but just so you can see, I'm going to go ahead and exit out of all this. So if I go back into Chrome, because this is what it's going to be like every time you go to get into it, if you click on Screencastify again in the top right here, it's going to give you a little drop-down menu. All right. So this menu is where you're going to start your recordings from. So and you get a few different options here. You can record just your webcam, you can record your whole desktop or just one browser tab. For most simple purposes, let's just keep this to the desktop. I mean, you're gonna record everything. You can tell that my mic's working through here because you see the sound level going up. But I'm just gonna go ahead and select the default microphone, and I can still see it's working. And you can wanna embed your webcam if you wanna get that little video in the bottom right like you see me using. If you're not comfortable with that, and I'm going to go ahead and choose the webcam here too, even though I'm pretty sure it would have just figured it out on its own. But if you leave this off, then you won't get this cool little video in the bottom right. I highly suggest it because it does give you that little added personal touch. So I'm going to stop that video from Zoom so that now I can start recording on Screencastify as well. So if I hit record, now you'll see a new picture of me has popped up on the screen. So it's going to give you this option, whether you want to just do an application window. You're going to keep it to entire screen right here. Click entire screen. Make sure share audio is on if you wanted that audio from the computer to work. And hit share. Now you're going to get a countdown. And now Screencastify is recording. So oddly enough, I'm actually recording myself in two different programs right now. So this is your Screencastify. Once you hit stop sharing, it's going to stop making the video. And now so this would be where I would go through, and if maybe I wanted to Let me give you an example. This is a video I made earlier. A video I made of for World War II for 5th grade. So just going through some slides, a quick mini lesson. This is like under 10 minutes. That's an example of it. So watch when I hit stop sharing, it's gonna automatically, and this is nice, let me get my picture back here. I know you missed my face. So the first time you go to it, this is really nice too. If you hit show me around, it's gonna kind of give you an overview of this little studio they got for you. So if you hit show me around, it'll show you that you can trim your video. So say maybe at the very beginning, you had like 10 seconds of dead air time, you can just trim that up. Or at the end, you were stuck. You wanna title your video at the top here, you can type in the title. This is to copy a shareable link because it's going to automatically save in your Google Drive into a Screencastify folder. But you can just click this and it'll give you that link right away so you can post it somewhere like your Google Classroom. This gives you the ability to share directly to your classroom, publish straight to YouTube, get an embed code. Or you could download your video. My face is over it right now. And if you're going to download it, I would suggest you export it as an MP4. That's the common format. Then you can use that to upload to YouTube or do whatever you wish to do with it. You can even go into the editor right here. I'm not going to cover that in this video. I'll probably put the link to an editor, the editor help section. But that gives you some more tools, like if you want to add text over it at certain points and more trimming tools, that kind of stuff, or splicing videos together. That's a little more advanced, so we're not going to get into that. So once you I hit done there. Now you notice the video is, oh, you can hit play here to kind of preview your video as well. So, and these are the trimming tools. So if I hit this shareable link, say I want to open another tab. And look at that, my video is ready to be watched in my drive already. Now, this one's probably ready to go already simply because it was so short. The word of caution, if you did make a longer video, it's gonna take a little longer to process is the term. So it might be a few minutes or even longer before you're actually able to get to it and watch it in your Google Drive. That's normal, don't be thrown off by that. So my video is saved. So I can even find it by going to my Google Drive, and there should be a folder in here called Screencastify. And look, there it is. If you go into that Screencastify folder, then you'll see different videos that I used with Screencastify. And if you titled them, they're real obvious. If they're untitled, though, luckily they are timestamped, so you'll be able to figure out which video is the one you wanted. So that's nice. So say I want to post this to my Google Classroom. So if I go to Google Classroom, and this is my test classroom I'm clicking on, and other schools might be doing it differently, but if you're at Alice Drive, please don't just post the stuff in your stream. We've been talking about that. We want to make everything in classwork so it's easier for the students and parents to understand. And I was just doing some test stuff earlier, but if you hit create assignment, this was my assignment for 3/24. And I would hit add, and I already saved that link. So I could simply put that link that I had copied in there. And now that's the video. Or say I couldn't have, and you want it to be view only for the students. But say if I couldn't have found it, I can search my Google Drive for it as well. Say I added that video and I assign that to my students, or I can click here to schedule it for a specific time for my student, for it to push out to my students. So I hope that helps with Screencastify. I hope it helps you to make some great video lessons for your students.